Okay. Yeah, work. Good. And we tapped a little about it, the contemporary, the trend of the people management. Okay. And we learned about it on Netflix, very strange people management policies and very strange HR practices, HR management at the very strange Netflix, quickly emerging, quickly dominating the streaming service provider, the technology company. Okay. And a long story short, many things are now changing because of the business environment, business practice is quickly changing. Like this, no HR department, no HR. The HR supporting functions are totally outsourced. And however, Netflix is giving a lot of impact on the changing the people management practice. Like this. Hire for attitude, not aptitude. Fire for aptitude, not attitude. Okay, so this is so much strange. But however, we may have a lot of tons of different people management options. We need to know. Okay, and then absolutely. And one of the most important thing is okay. So Netflix is practicing this kind of things. Okay, we only hire, reward, and tolerate fully formed adult, not the best talent, not the best brilliant mind, something. No. Okay. So then, so far, that is quite successful, and Netflix could grow as one of the largest streaming and successful company in the world. Okay, good. So that is our understanding about it, the new trend of the people management. Okay, and whatever. So what is our job? What is our profession? We are becoming a business problem solver. And more specifically, the human resource managers are addressing the people problem solving. People problem solving, okay? And then we'd better to have a few number of the most popular tools. What kinds of the HR tools we have to address the people problem. Okay, good. And no matter what, we always start with our goal, mission, vision, value, okay? No goals, no organization, no HR, no people, okay? So we'd better to start with goal setting, okay? So leadership development, and maybe we remember that the HR director from the Unilever, and he always talk about a leadership development, and he defined and he tuned their values, purpose, goals, philosophy. Absolutely, that is a starting point in order to define what kinds of people we need, how we can get those kind of people, okay? So those kind of things are totally based on the fundamental and the foundational concepts of your goals. What kinds of goals? We will see. And why goal setting is important. Why goal setting is important. Many times, if anybody just want to get a good job, good profession. If anybody want to get just enter to the large company. For what? Because they want to enjoy the life. They just want to enjoy the salary. They just want to enjoy the work-life balance. Enjoy their living. Okay, fine, good. And those kind of people are becoming mediocre, not an excellent talent. And then in that case, maybe they can go to the bureaucratic organization, large state-owned company, large companies, or the government or something, and then they can become a mediocre. Nobody argue about it. However, if we are business manager, we are business, college of business, okay? College of business, we are the warrior now, technically. Okay, warriors are good at fighting. Anyway, we must win. Okay, good. So then We business organizations usually have a very specific purpose, goals, vision, mission, because we want to win. We want to achieve the goal. What kinds of goals we have? Well, no matter, okay. Why goal setting is important? Because of this. If you do not have a goal, everybody want to go there, go there, go there, go there, anywhere. Okay. Hey, Yu Chen, can you help me? Come here. Come here. Sure, come here. So why goal setting is important? Okay, come here. So we want to go to there together. Okay, so we have a very clear goal. We want to go there. Okay, sure. Okay, let's go there. Yeah. And if there is a yeah. So that is okay. So we if we have a same goal, we go to the same direction. And if there is yeah, we work together. Nice. However, when we do not have a clear goal, this can happen. Okay. Yeah. I want to go here. You want to go there. Okay. This is the importance of the goal. If we have a goal and everybody agree with that, we work together, we go to the same direction. And we can overcome many differences, many difficulties, and many challenges together. However, if there is no goal, everybody has a different direction. Okay? And then we do not achieve anything. Simple. That is the reason why we must have a very clear goals. And then we must agree with that. If there is no agreement, no goal setting. We call this is a goal alignment. We must be able to align the people's effort, people's endeavors, and the people's missions, people's value, people's effort for certain specific goals. Then we can achieve. However, if there is no clear goal, if everybody has different missions, different values, different something, chaos, totally out of control, no management. That is the reason why we always start with goal setting in management. What kinds of goals we have? We set up the vision, mission, values, strategy, objectives. We usually start with this. And however, in the US, in American style, the mission must be first, okay, on the top, and the vision is second, whatever. So in Asia, okay, vision is on the top and the mission is second, whatever. Vision, mission, value, objective. Okay, and then what are those goals? What is the difference of that? We see that vision is what we want to be in future. For example, manufacturing 2025 is a vision. Okay, that's for future. And then the Saudi Arabia 2030 and the sustainability 2030 and the carbon neutrality in 2040. They are all vision because that will be happening in future. Okay, that is a vision is for future. We want to create those kind of future. That's a vision. Okay. So many Asian countries always love to talk about it. That we have a vision of this, and then we work together to achieve that vision. Okay. On the other hand, there is a mission, and mission is what we are doing now, why we exist now. What is the purpose of your endeavors? What is the purpose of your doing now? Why your business is existing, and what business values you are providing? Current. Okay, and the many American institutions, they usually start with a mission. What is our mission? What is our calling? Why we operate this company? Why we operate this institution? Okay, and there must be the foundational belief. There is a foundational faith. There is a foundational value. We call that is a value. What we believe in. Okay. And there is a more strategic objectives and what in order to achieve the mission, vision, values, what kinds of the specific things we must do, what we do to win. Okay, that is a four dimensions of the strategic goals. Okay, strategic goals, hierarchy of goals. Okay, possibly. And the hierarchy, okay, so strategy goals, and that must be the hierarchies of these, okay, whatever. Then I can show the example of the, what do you know that what is the goal of the College of Business of this? College of Business, why we exist, what is our vision, what is our college goals, why we here, what is the purpose of the operating the King University, Wenzhou? Oh, possibly there is Wenzhou something. But however, no, absolutely, we have very clearly stated. We have a very clear goals. Work. Okay. Yeah. Here. This is our school's vision, mission, and strategy objectives, and our goals and values of the College of Business at the King University. Okay. Sure. Goals and the values of the CBPM College of Business we have. Okay. Maybe. Okay. So this is our mission. This is our mission of the King University, and our mission is to convert our students to the most impactful members in the global society. Okay, whatever. In order to do that, okay, and then when your King University is an educational institution committed to prepare the high performing the Chinese and the international students to become the innovative and the entrepreneurial leaders in the knowledge-based economy. Okay, whatever. And then, especially for the College of Business, we have a mission. We have a mission of we make our people, our students, faculties, and staffs, we make the people engage in innovation, impact, and inclusiveness. Okay. And then our vision is GDP. Our vision is GDP. And our vision, we want to achieve that we aspire to become the management college of the choice in our region, in Zhejiang area. We want to be the best choice for the business students and the business faculties, business staffs to be the best choice in this area. Okay. And four is global orientation, commitment to the diversity and the professional and the experiential approaches to the management education. That is the reason why we do this kind of work. Why we supply that, why we develop a few number of the differentiated programs, why we want to provide it the 100% English lecture something, because we want to make our people to make an impact in global society. Okay, and we want to be the best choice for this area. Okay, and in order to achieve this kind of goals, visions, and the missions, okay, and we have four strategy goals, strategy objectives. The strategy objectives are enhancing the academic reputation and improving the faculty resource, enriching the students' experience, invigorate the curriculum. Okay, and then absolutely we believe in our value is we embrace a culture of the striving of the excellence, integrity, fairness, respect, diversity, community, and the social responsibility. We call that it's a CSI pride. That's the fundamental values we want to have, and then based on this fundamental foundation of the value, we want to achieve this strategic goals, and then in order to achieve that the vision and mission of our college and to serve for our college's mission and vision. In order to achieve this kind of four strategic goals, we have 5 pillars, strategic endeavors, okay, entities, and then global perspective, diversity and affordable access, excellence in the career with the education and research, and the interaction with the professional research and practice community, and the innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship, the integrity, ethics, and the social responsibility. This is our value, okay? So that in order to achieve this kind of things, we make these extraordinary curriculums, students' activities, and the services. For example, global curriculum, we use at the same textbook, same something, same curriculum, the same learning management systems with our headquarters campus. Okay, and the exchange program 3-in-1. Okay, so we want to make our campus as much as possible global. Okay, so then many of our students go to the Kane University Union, and from this year, we invite more Kane USA students to this campus. We have it. However, because of the pandemic, we couldn't do that for 3 years. However, we will do it again. Okay, and then possibly from this year, we send around 100 students go to the Kane Union, and then we will have around 30 or 40 exchange students from the US. Okay, and then online education resource, global practicum, and the business analysis program we made, and then CVPM social media lab I made it, okay, and then the virtual conference I made it, and the climb higher initiative, and for example, if there is any students who want to apply for the University of Illinois, they don't need anything, but however they just need my recommendation, remark. No TOEFL, really? No TOEFL, no TOEFL, no anything. They just need my name. And I am making another climb higher initiative with Columbia University. I'm negotiating with Columbia, and I have a few number of that kinds of things. I want to make our students more easy to get access to the global program, global master's program. Why not? Everything is negotiable. Okay. And business research and innovation center, okay, 2nd floor, and then the hiring staff and the ACSA public faculty members we have, and then faculty mentoring and the research seminar series we have, faculty research colloquium, and then that is a collaborative research work between the Wenzhou campus and the Union campus, and Bloomberg Terminal, 2nd floor, and the Wenzhou China Kane USA KAIST, the International Entrepreneurship Research Forum. We initiated, and the Wenzhou Business Consultancy Group by the RA, okay, and the project-based learning initiative, and we invite more the practical consulting project from the Wenzhou city, Wenzhou community, and the Wenzhou local community development engagement, and we are now participating in the sustainability project for the Wenzhou community, Wenzhou cities, and the Wangjai village and the Jushang village. We are participating, absolutely, and the global career development, and we open the workshops and the seminars and the institutional guide for the career development, and the mandatory business ethics course and the internet institutional research board and something like that. And you know that the 100%, all of our the Wenzhou Kane University students can access to the authorized Office program, Microsoft Office. Because you have a Kane.edu email, and the 100% you get the fully authorized Microsoft product, free. Okay. Oh, personally, I made that. Yeah, in 2016. Before that, okay, so that every Chinese students use that. They bought that the Microsoft Office is something from the Taobao. Unfortunately, that's not. That's not. So yeah, we struggled a few number of problems, and then personally I contacted with the Kane USA, and I argued, I complained, and I fight against with anybody. And we made an action research, and we suggest this kind of things. And fortunately, the KUSA just buy the license for all the K.edu email users. Possible, negotiable. Everything is negotiable. Okay, something is better than nothing. So why we do these kind of things? Because these kind of things are related with integrity, ethics, and social responsibility. Okay, so these are here. That is helping these strategy objectives. Strategy objectives serve for our vision and mission. And our College of Business vision and mission is serving for the Wenzhou King and the King University's vision and mission. So this is all well aligned. Okay. So when we have a goal, when we have a clear goal, our endeavors, our work, our actions can be aligned. However, if there is no goal, so that is the reason why, if we want to manage people, we must start with negotiating and then making a common goal. Common goal, mutual goal. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. That is a college's goal. And however, is that your goal? Not yet. However, that is the reason why we need to pursue. Okay, school leaders and the teachers and the STEM members and your coworkers, and we need to talk, to persuade, and to persuade to participate in this goal, because this is our fundamental reason why we circle, why we work with. Okay, I think so. I think so. But however, I'm sorry, but however, you never hear this kind of our goals and the visions and the strategy objectives of the KUSA and the Wenzhou King University. I am persuaded. And yeah, after next week, okay, maybe so we will have the AACSB audit coming. AACSB the accreditation is coming, and absolutely AACSB work is for testing and evaluating how much our endeavors and our actions are aligned with our goals. That's the main evaluation assessment measures of the AACSB, because the AACSB is the management professors and the management schools association. AACSB is this is not just a accreditation. All the members of this AACSB, where the auditors and evaluators are deans of the College of Business, College of Management. So then, MBA deans, MBA program deans, MBA program deans are the auditors of the AACSB. And what are they doing? What are they really doing? Goal. Is your goal is valuable? Is it serving for the community? Is it serving for the Academy of the Management? Is it serving for the management education? Is it serving for the global business education? Is your goal is aligned with us? Then, if your goal is well aligned, how you can achieve that kinds of goals from these kind of things? What are you doing? What do you want to achieve? How you can do it? Do you have any evidence, documentation, evidence? And how about the people? Your people is totally understand this. They are aligned with the goal, or they understand what they are doing, and they are engaging in that kinds of work, in that kinds of actions. Mainly, that is the metric or measurement of this management. AACSB. Oh yeah, for 7 years I worked for this. Something is better than nothing. Yeah, I must do something. Why not? Let's do that. Yeah, Jishang Village, Jishang Village, what is that? Wangjai Village. Let's sustainability, management, strategic something, okay, business purpose, business everything. Business plan complexity. I did it. Why? Because I want to. So, or I want to make our people engage in innovation, impact, and inclusion. Because that's valuable. That's aligned with my personal vision, mission, and value. I want to serve for that. That's it. Why not? I agree with that. Then I will. Okay. So this is how we can persuade people to participate and into engaging. This is our common effort, mutual effort. We need to persuade. Okay. And who knows that this kind of things at the first? Nobody knows. But however, that's the reason why the managers and the leaders and the co-workers and the members, community members, we need to talk, we need to persuade, we need to align, we need to interact, we need to negotiate, talk, communicate. Okay? What should we communicate? This. Okay? Goal setting. Start. Always start with your goal setting. No matter what. Okay. Work. Okay, the hierarchy of goals and the hierarchy of the strategy HR somebody. Okay. Okay, and then here are a few number of the tools that help us to manage the address that the business problem solving. But however, that can be taught by the strategy management teacher. Okay, so this is a part of the strategy management. Okay, so I don't want to go in detail. You will learn this kind of things in the strategy management course. But however, I just want to show the rough. I just want to tell management problem solving. Okay, so our profession is business problem solving. Okay, especially we want to solve our management problem. Particularly, we want to solve our human resource or the people management problem. What kinds of tools we can use? Okay, and many times this is one of the most popular tools in people management. Kaplan's Balance Scorecard. Okay? Kaplan's Balance Scorecard, we call that is a BSC. Balance Scorecard, Kaplan and who is that? Oh, my friend's manager. Kaplan and Kaplan and Norton. Kaplan and Norton? Yeah, possibly. Anyway, the balance scorecard, okay? Balance scorecard is a nice start of the managing people, okay? Okay, and the balance scorecard can give us this. And maybe you heard this. KPI. Oh, KPI. Do you know that the KPI usually come from the balance scorecard? Okay. What is the KPI? Key Performance Index. So no matter what, in the large organizations, we try our best to achieve that the key performance index KPI. Okay, that was given, that was negotiated. Whatever. KPI come from the balance scorecard. Balance scorecard. And why we call that as a balance scorecard? Maybe you can see this. There are 5 dimensions. 5 elements, 5 dimensions. Why we have 5? 5. we business strategies. Actually, we started with the art of work, guys. Strategy. Okay. Anyway, balance scorecard has 5 dimensions. Okay, and no matter what, balance scorecard is centered with goals, vision, mission, and strategic goals. No matter what, please start with the most important thing. Okay, center. 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 Okay, and that is composed with the 5 dimensions. Okay, good. And then there must be the financial something, finance. What is the nature of the money? Nature of the money is fire or water. Nature of the money. Water. Money must flow. Money must flow, and that go to the low. That must go to low to help people. Okay, so then money must flow like water, and the water north, black. 오케이. 수하고 금도 오케이. 우시. 오케이. Okay, good. And you can say, okay, learning and grows, making a bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. Okay, and the customer side and the internal business. Okay, that is both. Okay, and then here, there is operation. Okay. Work hard. Work hard. You make it. Okay. Here, and customers bound. Customers bound our business. Boundary. Cut out. Okay. Customers defines our business. Okay, so that is shaping. So, a long story short, Kaplan and Norton, they wanted to make a business operations make balance. Business making is not just making money itself. Money making is one thing. To money making, we need people, we need good people, and we should invest in the good operation efficiency, and we should serve for customers. Okay, this is concept. This is a balance. We must make a balance to operate, to manage our business better. Okay, good. Then from here, we identify our specific goals. Okay, and then that is deploy like this. Once we have a goal, we have a vision, we have a goal to be the world-leading consumer product company like a Unilever. Unilever is one of the largest consumer goods company, but however, that's after the P&G and Johnson & Johnson. So the Unilever want to become the world's largest consumer goods product product company. Then what they need to do, in terms of the finance, in terms of the customer, in terms of the internal process, in terms of the learning and growth, especially for the people, whatever. Then we deploy more detail. What kinds of measures we need to do? Return on invested capital, ROIC. ROIC must be 23% in 5 years. In order to make that vision achievable in this year, we want to achieve that 20% of the ROI this year. This is becoming my key performance index of this year. Okay? And profit grows 11%, 10% this year, sales grows 8%, and this year I want to achieve that to 5%. And the customer satisfaction 100%, and 98%, 10%, 8%, internal process, time to market, percent sales from the new product market. We want to improve that. And then learning and growth, employee satisfaction index, retention of the high performers, 100% or 95%. We set up our goals and our objectives and our key performance index from this balanced scorecard. And this key performance index will be cascaded down to the every individuals. That's how we make our KPI. That is start with the goal setting. Okay? This is how we make our KPI to control the human performance. Okay, good. And then, these are the examples of the people management systems. However, in general, what kinds of the business problem solving tools we have. And then I don't want to go in detail because we have tons of thousand different business problem solving tools. But however, I want to show that the rough processes and the key tools for the business problem solving. Okay, and we'd better to start with what kinds of processes we have in order to address our business problem solving. First, define the problem, disaggregate the issue, developing the hypothesis and the work plan, and we conduct the critical analysis, and we synthesize findings and prepare the powerful communication. This is the general processes of the business problem solving. However, out of these 7 or 6 processes, what process is most important and the most time consuming? Can you guess? Where should we invest our time and the energy most? What process is most important and the most time consuming, most exhausting and the most horrible? And more than 60 or the 70% of project time, more than 60 or the 70% of my time is occupied one process. Can you guess which end? Number 1? Yeah, that is right. Define the problem. I spent, and we business problem solvers and we business consultants, we spend 60 or 70% of our working time to define the problem. Once we define the right problem, the others are almost automatic. Really, okay? And once we define the problem, okay, so maybe we can disaggregate the issue within 30 minutes and then develop the hypothesis, work just 1 day, conduct the critical no more than 1 week, okay, and the synthesizing findings no more than 3 days, and prepare the powerful communication just to let me have 48 hours. However, in order to define the right problem, I may need 3 months, 6 months, sometimes 1 year. Really, and for me, okay, so conduct this kind of the next processes, okay. I am well trained, and we can train people quickly. Okay, that's okay. However, what is the problem? Is that business problem like increasing revenue, but that's not easy, and then our revenue is now stagnating? Why? Our cost is increasing. Why? Okay, for example, nowadays, many companies are now complaining about the increasing cost. And then many of the CEOs and many of the business leaders, they are complaining about it, the increasing the labor cost, right? Labor cost. Every day, the labor cost and the salary of the workers is now increasing. And the many CEOs are not complaining. Yeah, because the labor cost is increasing and I cannot make my money. That's their complaint. But however, is it true? And without those people, they can make money? No. So the increasing labor cost is a problem? Many times, no. That is not a problem. Because that is a given, that could be a given condition. We cannot control for that. Yeah, that's necessary because the society is now evolving. Society is getting better. Society is now progressing. Because of the society is progressing and the inflation is inevitable. Almost every year, the 3 or 5% or 10% of inflation is natural. We cannot control over that. This is necessary many times. And however, the CEOs and the many business problem solvers complain about it, the increase in the labor cost, and around 20 years ago, the labor cost is this amount or something, but however, now is, what are you talking about? If you cannot afford that labor cost of your business models, you must change or improve your business model. Don't complain about it, the social progress. Okay, so possibly defining the problem is the most challenging and the most time-consuming and most critical process. Once we define the problem well, others are quite mechanism. And for me, so to develop hypothesis or conduct critical analysis, survey or analyzing the balance sheet or the cash flow, maybe I can use that the artificial intelligence, and then nowadays I can make a report quickly. Sure. And even, okay, so even there is no support, okay, so I can make it quickly. And then SPSS, R, or the data, what kinds of statistical analysis, or the qualitative data, AHP, is piece of cake. It's okay. But we need to define the right problem. Okay. In order to define the right problem, okay, so we will see that. Anyway, okay, we have many tools. Okay, and then the strategy development process, that's more specific and defining a problem, most important, external analysis, internal analysis, strategy formulation, strategy implementation, and here, process has a very interesting thing. 선주빙법. Okay. So that in order, no. So okay. So 선주빙법 proposes. What is this? Know your enemy. Okay, and know yourself. How we know our enemy? How we know ourselves? This is related with external analysis. What's going on outside? What is my competitors? What the enemies are doing now? In order to know that our enemy, we need to conduct external analysis. External, okay? And know yourself. internal analysis. What we are good at, what we are not good at, what is our strength, what is our weakness. Okay, so that is external analysis to know our enemy, internal analysis to know ourselves. Okay, that is come from here. Okay, and when we have this, what is happening when we know ourselves and when we know our enemy, what we can do? We can win? No, we will not. Right? No. 오, 백전불태. 백전불타이. 백전불태, 백전불타이. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is it winning? No. Is it? Oh, no. It is not. Okay. This is not winning. Okay. If we know our enemy, if we know ourselves, at least we will not lose. Okay. However, in order to win, what should we do? Strategy. In order to win. Oh, know ourselves, know the others is start, not lose. In order to win, we should not to lose first. Okay, then in order to win, we need a strategy. Okay, so then I have that. Swap. Okay, now here, so SWOT analysis is a combined something. Here, external analysis. External opportunity and external threat. Internal strength, internal weakness. Then we combine these two to maximize our strengths, maximize our opportunity. We call this is maxi strength opportunity strategy. Maxi strategy. And then this is minimize my weakness and maximize my opportunity. Mini-max strategy. Maximize the strength, minimize the threat, maxi-mix strategy. Minimize weakness, minimize threat. That's a mini strategy. So SWOT analysis, SWOT framework. This is the original form of the SWOT. Okay. SWOT analysis is giving us a chance to conduct internal analysis, external analysis, and formulating the strategy to win. Okay, so this is original form of the SWOT. SWOT is not just for the analysis. SWOT is for making strategy. Okay, use it as it was. Okay, good. And then we should make a strategy implementation. And this is the general forms of the strategy development process in the business consulting, business problem solving. Okay, and we will see a few number of tools. And this is a communication tool, and this is a proposal form. One-page proposal. Okay, and today, that is, you already submitted your proposal via email. But however, this is one of the most commonly used and expected business proposal form. One-page proposal. Okay, so that when you propose your business idea, okay, so so businesses, we expect something, this kind of things. First, what is your goal? We always start with what is your goal? The main purpose of this project, the main purpose of the proposal, the main purpose of this email is blah, blah, blah. two. Okay. The main purpose of this project is to create a more sustainable village in Wenzhou. Define bottom line up front. Then give them a reason. Okay, rational. The problem of the less sustainable villages in Wenzhou area because there is a low commitment, there is no investment, there is no community development something. Okay, in order to solve this kind of problem, how much money do you need? In order to transform the Wangjai village as one of the most sustainable village that serve for the Wenzhou city and the Wuhan government, okay, so maybe we need around $20 million to transform that community, okay? And then out of the $20 million, $10 million will be used for the infrastructure, and the $5 million will be used for the building, and the $5 million will be used for the educating and then training the people. Okay, just let them have a rough guideline, and then okay. Then what did you do? What you have done so far to implement this execution? What you have done? Show your credential. In order to achieve this kind of goals, so far I conducted the survey research, okay, and I work with the Wenzhou Wienda, okay, to investigate the current status of the villagers. And then we found out something was happened, and then we conducted this kind of transfer villagers to the apartment, and we set up this kind of the flattening work done 30%, okay? And then we are now demolishing the old-fashioned something without the historical monument, something. So that by 2023, by end of the August, we will complete our 30% of accomplishment of the village infrastructure ready. Then, in order to do that, we have this team member, we have this organization, and then what is going on? We are doing this. What you have done, execution. Are you really serious in this? Okay, then let them have an idea what kinds of people we need. Okay, money is one thing, people is another thing. Action plan. The team requires the 3 things to complete the project until blah, blah, blah. Personal, what kinds of people we need. How much money we need. And any other support, what we need. Clarify that. Always. Goal, money, people. We expect that. Okay, and this is a one-page proposal framework. You can follow this. And we expect this basic fundamental information. Without this, okay, what can I decide? What can I do? How can I judge something? And moreover, most important thing is, who are you? Who are you? Let me know. Who are you? Okay. And then there is a defining a problem, and there is a tools of the KT problem analysis. Okay, and there is a formative diagram techniques in order to make a collective idea something, and a Kaplan track versus situation appraisal, to identify the defining a problem. And then there is a Kurt Lewis forces analysis to define the problem. And then there is a logic tree to define the problem. And there is a goal setting tools like this, and the hierarchy of goals, and the Michael Porter's 5 forces, external analysis. This is external analysis, okay? And the SWOT analysis for the external, internal analysis, and to formulate the strategy, okay? And there is a financial analysis tools like the ROIC, revenue, cost, how we can increase revenue, how we can decrease cost, and Otherwise, the analysis by using our competitor benchmark. Okay, and benchmark of the course performance. And the Wichang-Gim's value curve analysis. This is the blue ocean strategy. This is blue ocean strategy. Somebody talk about the blue ocean strategy. And the blue ocean strategy could be implemented from this framework here. Okay, so can I find? Okay, so this I am a local business, and then there is a big wholesaler like Walmart. Can I compete with the brand power? Can I compete with the marketing capability? Can I compete with the product service realization? Can I compete with the price? And can I compete with any other? No. However, there must be my strength. My strength could be personal relations with my local customers. Then I'd better to focus on here to make that ocean as blue. That's the Wichang-Gim's value curve analysis. And then we use that the Gantt chart for better communication. And then we have a lot of the different business problem solving tools. But however, yeah, you will learn this kind of things at the strategy management course. Okay. So however, we can use this kind of tools to address that the business management problem solving. Okay. Then we will go to the group project, something, logic tree. Okay, and then there was old-fashioned something. And then, yeah, okay, so let's have a break and then we will go to the equal opportunity and the law and the law legislative boundaries of the human resources. Okay, we will see that. Okay. Good. Anything else? Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, let's have a break. Let's have a 10 minutes break. Okay. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, 10 minutes break. Okay. And yeah, inevitably, the people management cannot be independent from the legislative or law or the regulation and rules, something. Okay. Unfortunately, because we are dealing with the people. Okay, and then yeah, I don't know much about the Chinese employee laws and the employee rules or the human resource regulations or something. But however, I just want to introduce what kinds of the basic principles of the law, protections, human rights, something in the workplace. Okay? Can you hear me? Okay. So then, yeah, I don't want to go in detail. Okay, but however, everybody has a different regulations or something. But however, let's try to understand. Okay, the basics. What is the purpose of the regulation and the principles of the regulation and something? Okay, that is sometimes we need to consider that kinds of the human protections. Okay, so then one of the most important things in the Kane system and in the US workplace and many of the workplaces is rules, okay, policy. And we have an equal opportunity and the law, equal opportunity, equal something, because at the workplace is getting more complex and then equality is getting more important. And for example, this is one of the examples of the non-discrimination policy at a college setting. And okay, non-discrimination policy, and then yeah, so this university does not discriminate in its education and employment policies in the basis of the race, color, national origin, ethnic origin, gender, age, disability, religion, genetic information, sexual orientation, or the protected veterans status. So these are the few number of the categorization of the humans workforce. Okay. The following persons have been these, okay, blah blah blah. Okay, then no matter what, yeah. So we in the workplace we usually have a very strong regulation of this. No discrimination. Okay, no discrimination. Okay, by race. Okay, and by gender, by color, by national origin, ethnic origin, okay, and the gender. Okay, do you know the difference of the gender and the sex? This is a legal something. Yeah, many things are happening politically, collectively. Okay. Okay, there's a difference. Traditionally, we use this term to describe the biological difference. Biological difference. Okay. However, gender is more social, biological, and the psychological difference. Okay. So, what is difference? Sex is given. Okay, and the gender is choice. There is a difference. Okay. Oh, really? So then nowadays we don't use that the term of the sex. Okay, and that's old-fashioned. That's all the stereotyping subject. Okay, so we'd better to use that the gender difference. Okay, and the gender everybody can choose it. Okay, we will talk more about that because this is one of the very important HR issue nowadays. Okay, the sex and the age, no age discrimination. Okay, and if you want to fire older than the 55 years old, that's a totally discrimination violation. Okay, and the religion, no religion, genetic information, sexual orientation, LGBTQ. That is related with ethnic minority. Okay, so LGBTQ plus. And we will talk about it. And the veterans status, veterans. Okay, so the armies, the soldiers who participate in who engaged in the war. Okay, we should not discriminate that kinds of people. And here. EO, because there is an equal employment opportunity and then law of the human resource management. Okay, so here is an EO data collection form. This is totally 100% voluntary. If you want to expose this, you can do it. This is not mandatory. However, this is better. So here, are you a veteran something? The name of the ID and the veteran status, and National Guard veteran status and the veteran status. Are you surviving a spouse of something, veteran status and the federal law something? And there is a gender, not sex, male, female. About this is old version. Male, female, not available, or not want to disclose. Okay, we should have at least 3. Okay, and the race and ethnicity we have more. And how did you number? So this is a necessary documentation. Okay, so even though you don't want to repeat, you don't want to expose that sign, and I don't want to expose my the EEO status. That's fine. Why we have this kind of rules? Non-discrimination rules, diversity. Okay, so however. Something is now happening in China, and we will see what is happening. But however, this is not much different from Japan and Korea. We also have that kinds of the discrimination, consciously or unconsciously. Unfortunately, we will see. Yes, this is not. Hey.
Been the target of plenty of the industry in the United States has been the target of plenty of criticism around a lack of diversity and racial sensitivity, both in employee ranks and in advertising. But when it comes to the perception of racial insensitivity or outright racism, this laundry detergent commercial shot in China is sparking more concern than most modern commercials. The advertisement would show the pink spattered black man being transformed by the power of soap into a clean-cut Asian man, has ignited debate on social media sites and a vow from the country's largest cinema chain not to show it after it went viral on English news sites. The Wall Street Journal's Josh Chin reported that the ad for Kia Obi laundry gel balls has been circulating around the Chinese internet since the end of March. But it wasn't until a China news blog, St. Pius, wrote about it on Thursday that the video began to attract global attention. One YouTube version of the ad picked up more than 1.6 million views in less than 16 hours after BuzzFeed picked up the St. Pius post. So is the ad offensive? You decide. The ad opens with this black painter with his face and shirt smeared with paint, flirting with a Chinese woman as she does her laundry. She beckons him over, acts like she's going to kiss him, and then pops a detergent gel ball into his mouth, shoves him into the washing machine, and sits on the cover. He then emerges as the practical prototype of a Chinese man. Reached by the Wall Street Journal Friday, Zhao Qinbin, a representative of the Shanghai company that makes the detergent, said he wasn't familiar with the ad. But in a statement to the Wall Street Journal's China Real Time, the owner of Wanda Cinema Line, China's largest movie theater operator, said it was, quote, ensuring that this commercial will not be shown in theaters, unquote. Some internet users within China have taken issue with the ad. On Twitter like Weibo, several users criticized the company for giving foreigners a new reason to look down on China, while others debated over the severity of the offense. And some on YouTube didn't see any problem with the ad and even praised it, like this one. One hell of a product. It needs an introduction into Chicago, Detroit, Memphis, and Los Angeles for starters. Another user on YouTube asked the question, why did the black guy even agree to do this commercial? Others noted that the ad appeared to have been copied almost exactly from older ads produced by Coloraria Italiana, an Italian laundry detergent brand, in which skinny white men are turned into black bodybuilders.
Okay, yeah, that was happened. And however, okay. Okay, so yeah, this is also happening in the UK, England.
The Colombia and South Korea national team played a friendly in Seoul World Cup Stadium in November 2017. During the second half, Colombia's Edwin Cardona made a racist gesture towards South Korean players during a scuffle. It all started when Colombia's James Rodriguez picked up Jin Soo Kim after Kim was fouled. Hee Sung-yoon then came over and lightly shoved a talking point finally arrived in the 17th minute of the second half, when Edwin Cardona made the racist stop. Here's Edwin Cardona.
Okay, so then, yeah, many times in the sports, we have this kind of things. And then when you walk around at New York City, or when you walk around the Chicago downtown, when you walk around at, especially for the Midwest or the Rust Belt area, and when you work into the Dresden area in Germany, and when you work in the Rome or the Paris, you will have this kind of situation. Oh, sure. I am the we have we have this situation a lot. Unfortunately, yeah, we have a lot of the stupid guys too. It's okay. It's okay. It happens a lot. Who cares? Okay, good. And possibly, we'd better to remember this remark. Why we start with that equality or the non-discrimination, something, especially in the workplace. Martin Luther King Jr. in 1960s, okay? And he made this speech. I have a dream that my 4 children will one day living in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the contents of their character. Unfortunately, yeah, we, South Korea and China also suffered a lot from the Japanese imperialism. Okay, during the World War II. Okay, before the World War II, and then we were the colony of the Japan many years. Okay, okay. At the time, how Japanese imperialists treated us? Do you remember? And still, many Japanese. Yeah, I don't want to show this, but however, yeah, there are a lot of mistreatment. That's good. And then because that the Japanese did on to us, do you want to do that on Japanese? I don't know. Emotionally, I want to do that. Emotionally, 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 yeah, I want to do that. But however, okay, we are not that anymore. Anyway, so yeah, this is our general belief. This is our fundamental value as a human being. As a human being. Okay? We cannot be a devil. We cannot be an enemy. Okay? So then, absolutely, Martin Luther King said, one day, all of our child, all of our children, all of our people, all of our friends are judged by their character and their capability and their competency and their work attitude, not by their color, not by their gender, not by their something else that was given. They cannot choose. Did you choose your hometown? Did you choose your parents? Did you choose your skin color? Did you choose your gender? Did you choose your nationality? No. That's the given. So then, a long story short, I hope the society and the people do not discriminate by their unchangeable given something. But however, we can choose people by their odd something. Unfortunately, we cannot change the given conditions many times. However, there must be the differences in on the something. Givens like this. Race, color, national origin, ethnic origin, gender, age, disability, religion, religion, okay, and the genetic information, genetic something, DNA, and sexual orientation, veteran status, given, and unchangeable. Okay, then we do better not to discriminate that by that kinds of standard. No. Okay. However, what we can learn, knowledge, skills, ability, and attitude. 3. This is what we can earn. Respect, character, that is on. Okay. We can judge people by their own something. But however, we should not judge people by. For example, somebody was born in a very rich family. Rich family. That's a given condition. We don't need to respect. Oh yeah, thank you. But however, no, that is not my choice. And somebody was born in a very powerful family. So, and that's our fundamental belief, and that was started in the 1960s. And before the 1960s, what happened in the US, there are a lot of the racial discrimination, blacks, nigger, bad word, like that, more severe. All the blacks, there was apartheid. Okay, and there is a very clear discrimination policy before the 1960s. And until the 1990s, do you know that the South Africa had that kind of apartheid, the separation of the black people and the white people, until the 21st century. That was eliminated by the Nelson Mandela. Still going on. And then China do not have that kinds of things. And absolutely, Japan has that kinds of things, and Korea has that kinds of things. I'm sorry, but however, that's our society. But as an educated person, okay, we'd better to change our mind. We'd better to believe and make a human society progress. No, we want to believe this. We want to judge people by their character on something, not given something. And at the workplace, same. And then here is a case of the Shimus and the Hawaii Health System Corporation. The job candidate cannot be ruled out. That's only because they have a criminal history, whatever. There is something. And then there is an equal employee opportunity law and the policy in HR, especially in the acquiring people.
Laws enforced by the United States Equal Pay Act of 1963 made it illegal to pay different wages to men and women performing equal work in the same workplace. Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act made it illegal to discriminate against someone on the basis of race, color, religion, national origin, or sex, and it requires that employers reasonably accommodate applicants and employees' religious practices, thus imposing an undue hardship on the business. The Age Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967 protects people who are 40 or older from discrimination because of age. New York State protects individuals 18 years old. Title I of the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1991 made it illegal to discriminate against a qualified person with a disability and requires that employers reasonably accommodate the known physical or mental limitations of an otherwise qualified individual with a disability who is an applicant or employee, unless doing so imposes an undue hardship on the business. These laws also make it illegal to retaliate against the person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. Affirmative action laws. 1965, Executive Order 11246 prohibits employers that do business in the federal government from discriminating in employment on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, and requires employers to take positive measures to ensure equal employment opportunity. Section 503 of the 1972 Rehabilitation Act requires that government contractors and subcontractors take affirmative action to employ and advance qualified individuals with disabilities and not discriminate because of physical or mental disability. The 1974 Veterans Readjustment Act requires the same for qualified special disabled veterans, veterans of the Vietnam era, and any other veterans who served on active duty during the war or who were authorized to carry badge. Created in 1978, the OFCCP is the Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs, which enforces non-discrimination laws for those who do business with the federal government.
Yeah, this is a short overview of the law related to something regulations for non-discrimination activity. So we don't need to go in detail, okay? This is a totally different context. However, there is a fundamental human rights protection and human related regulations and the belief. Okay, So I made it short. I made it summarized. Okay. And there is a Title 7 of the 1964 Civil Rights Act amended in 1972. There is no race, color, religion, sex, or the national origin discrimination. Don't discriminate based by these kind of the given conditions. Please don't. 1964. And what happened at the 1964? 1963, Martin Luther King said this at the Washington, D.C. There is a big demonstration, there is a big protest, there is a big human rights activities in 1963. Okay, thanks to this kind of the mark, this kind of the protesting and this kind of the activities. Okay, so then based on that activities, Martin Luther King was assassinated. He was died for the shooting. Okay. Anyway, based on that kind of effort, 1964, Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act was started. We believe no discrimination by given conditions. The act covers almost everyone in the base and all local employees of 15 or more employees in the public company or the hiring authority. And then we set up the EEOC, the committee. Okay, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission has a responsibility to enforce the civil rights law at the work. If there is any case of the discrimination by gender or the race or color, religion or the national origin, you can appeal to that. Okay. And the executive order from the president and the federal agency, executive order included the steps taken to eliminate all the present effect of the past of discrimination of something. Office of the Federal Contract Compliances was established through the executive order. So this executive order supports this Title 7 of Title 7 is the Civil Rights Act. And absolutely, this is a start of the equal payment, gender, woman. And before the 1963, okay, gender, sex, woman should get less than 30 or the less than 60% of the payment from male. That was a rule because of the woman. Really, there was practice. There was HR practice. Because you are a woman, you must get the less than the 40% of the salary from the, compared with the male. Why? Because males take care of their family. Females don't take care of the family. So many unhappy women charged that. Unfortunately, this act now notwithstanding, women still on the only about 70% as much as men in similar jobs. Unfortunately, even though we have this kind of the non-discrimination Equal Pay Act since the 1963, in reality, women usually get less than 30% of the pay compared with the male. There are a lot of arguments, but in average, that is happening. Okay, and that is not equal. Anyway, unhappy. Are you happy to know that? No, you are not happy. And the males are happy? Oh, we don't think so. Okay. And there is Age Discrimination Employment Act, and because at the before the 1967, and then more than 45 years old guys should get off from the employment. That's not popular. So in China, how many percent? So when you reach to the 35 or 40 years old at the highway or the transit, what would they have? However, there is a totally violation of these. Age non-discrimination by age. And we have a rule. But however, even though we have a rule, that is not working well. No. Everywhere in the world, that is not working well. But however, at least we must know the rule. Okay? tens of thousands different ways to avoid that the lawsuit or the violence. Don't worry. But however, at least what we believe in. Okay. So we need to know what we believe in. At least we must know that our minimum something, minimum. Okay. So at least we should not discriminate by age. Okay. Good. And then there is a Vocational Rehabilitation Act in 1973. Handicapped people like that disability, who has a disability of severe or the mental disability. Okay. And we cannot discriminate that kind of the handicapped people by disability. That's 1973. However, that is going to the 1991s that the more accommodation rule of the disabilities, okay, handicapped people, and the Pregnancy Discrimination Act, career disruption of the woman, okay, 1978. What will be happening if the woman gets pregnant and they make a birth in workplace? And the managers will say, because you get pregnant and because you will make a birth and because you made a birth and you cannot work, so then we suggest you to find another job. Don't do that. Absolutely don't do that. Pregnancy Discrimination Act of 1978, Career Disruption of the Woman, Pregnancy Discrimination Act of 1978, prohibit that using the pregnancy, childbirth, or the related medical conditions to discriminate in any count of the conditions of the employment. Don't say anything. And more women are suing under this act, and the pregnancy discrimination trend that the EEOC rose at 50% from the 2000 to 2010 to something like this. And however, still, interestingly, US do not have maternity leave. Yeah. Okay, so there is a very interesting fact. Paid maternity when you want to make a birth, okay, so you have a right to apply for the paid maternity leave. And then by rule, okay, so China may have 60 days, and Korea has around the 90 days, and then Sweden has around 6 months, and then maximum Finland has 1 year something. But however, how many paid maternity leave US have? 0. They usually give unpaid maternity for no more than 3 weeks something. China have, Finland have, many European countries have, many Asian countries have, but US do not have. And then it happens a lot, unfortunately. That is the reason why the woman has a lot of the career disruption. Okay, and absolutely we are not happy. We have a rule, we have a law, but however, in reality, we know. In reality, we know. But however, we must keep the rule. Okay, and the uniform guideline, ensuring compliances, we must keep the EEOC rule, Civil Service Commission, Department of the Labor, Department of Justice, we work together to ensure this kind of the applying the policy and the rules and the regulations and laws. And then law cases and the proof of the job relatedness should go to the employer, not employee. If there is any problem, okay, employee, no. Employer must prove they made that correct decision. For example, Greece and the Duke of Power Company prove from the employer to show that the hiring practices job related. I will marry the paper company versus movie and the proof on the employer to show that the test or the screening tools are relevant to the job. No matter what, if you want to fire somebody or if you want to hire somebody, if you want to promote somebody, If you want to do something for somebody, you must be able to prove it. That is related with the job, or that is related with your company, not personal something. Okay, if that is not job related to something, for example, because you are pregnant and then you must get fired. No, don't do that. That is not job related. Okay, and if you get sick and you are not performing the job, is it okay to quit? Is it okay to fire somebody? Yes and no, because that is related with the job. So then, whatever. If employer want to do something on the people, they must prove that is related with job that is necessary. Okay, that is going to the employer side, not employee side. Okay, and yeah, without this kind of rules, employee must fight against with that kind of documental accessibility, many things, and it's quite expensive. So the employees cannot win over. So then judge and the court, and then they sentenced, okay, so employer, you must prove by yourself. Okay, so that is a rule, law cases recently. Okay, and then there is another rule. So the Civil Rights Act 1991, employer responsibility, burden of the proof, go to the employer, not employee. Okay, and the Americans with the disability 1990 and the 1991 disability accommodation, and the Americans with the Disability Act that we must accommodate the facilities and the accommodations for the disability. Okay, and reasonable impairment, mental impairment. There is a pros and cons. For example, and then in the US, okay, when I was in the US, almost every class usually have 3 or 4 students of the learning disability. And I don't know, because I'm not a doctor and I have no idea what is happening. Learning disability guys, they bring this learning disability certificate from the school, and then what should I do? What should the teacher do? We must be able to accommodate those situations. And we can give them a more favor something, we can give them all teaching materials, and sometimes we must tutor them, and we must let them have a more expensive exam time. And if there is anything we can do, we must accommodate that. Okay? And necessary. We cannot complain about is it efficient? No. Is it effective? No, I don't know, but whatever, we must do it. Why? Because we believe that. That's totally hectic, that's totally uncomfortable, that's totally burdensome, and that's totally, I know. But however, I accept because that's our belief. If there is any people who need my help, what should I do? I must serve. Absolutely. I comply the rule. What will happen if I do not? Well, well, however, not because of that. But however, we serve for our belief. Okay, that's our belief. We need to serve our people. And then if there is any disabled people or the handicapped people, we need to help each other to survive together. Okay? We are not animals. Animals in the jungle, if there is any inferior, if there is any hurting or something, okay, they abandon the other friends. They abandon their parents, they abandon their kids, they abandon their chickens, and sometimes they kill each other, okay, to survive. But however, we are humanity. And from our history, possibly okay. Do you know that Yuval Harari's *Sapiens*? Don't you have a video or something? No, no video. No, okay, give me a second. Yeah, not in here. Anyway, so yeah, Yuval Harari, and he proposed that the Sapiens, and when we start our the Sapiens history, and according to Yuval Harari, and then he insists that, okay, when we have and many old human race society, okay, and then when we start our human race, and when he reasoned and when he originate that, when he identified the origin of the human race, something, when he identified there is a broken bone and healed something. In the jungle, what happens at the wild animal when they have a broken leg? They heal or they die? They die. If they have a broken bone, they die. Okay, and there is a very little healed something. However, Yuval Harari and a few number of scholars, we stand out when we start our human race. There is a specimen, or there is a leftovers. There is a healed bone, somebody. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Humans help the others who are wounded or who has a broken leg, who cannot survive, who cannot hunt, who cannot work. Okay, and the human race, we take care of those broken leg people. That is the start of our human race. He believes so. That happened around the 200,000 years ago. That is the human race. We, human race, by nature, okay, we help each other to survive together. That's our belief. That's our human race. I think so. That is the reason why we want to have a fundamental human right act, human right regulation, human right rules. Okay. Disability, we do. If there is anything we can help for those handicapped people, we do. Okay, and the state and the local EEO, the ensuring compliances, uniform service, whatever, generating information, whatever, state of the local, whatever, and the religion, okay. Okay, and the sexual harassment, that's getting more tough. Proof of the job relatedness, okay, absolutely. Under Title 7, sexual harassment, general refer to something, and there was something abusing behavior, job related, okay, okay, and sexual harassment is getting more popular and getting more important in recent years because that is that was not easy to prove that because, however, well, recently because we have this. In any situation, uses. Okay? In any situation, if you are subjected to the risk of the sexual harassment or the dangerous something from the another opponent or something, turn it on. Record. Okay? And take a record. Then you can prove yourself. Don't worry. Use it. Okay? And thanks to this, okay? So nowadays, many sexual harassment cases are now exposing, and then traditionally many powerful, high-powered males usually abuse the ladies, assistants, And then unfortunately, at the Kean University, we had a case, a professor had an inappropriate relationship with a woman, female students, and it takes around 2 years to settle down the case. But unfortunately, that kinds of things happen a lot because we are human beings, we are animals too. And then when the man has a dominant power, they always try to use their power to abuse that kind of things to get the sexual something. I'm sorry, but however, don't worry, we will protect you and we will serve you, we will help you. Use it. Please don't be afraid to use it. Okay. We need to protect ourselves by ourselves. Please don't worry, do that. And yeah, we have a few more numbers of the laws and the practices in college setting as well. Code of ethics, mission and values, and Kean University has a code of the ethics and the professional conduct in here. We have that. Don't cheat and don't violate the rules. The code included written provisions of something conflict of interest, financial responsibility, whatever, academic theory, intellectual property. And the Clarity Act we have, and we must report something is wrong on campus or in the workplace, okay? Because especially on campus, if something is wrong, and this was followed at the Clarity name of the Jean Clarity in 1968. She was a student at the business at the Lehigh University in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and she was killed and murdered. And she was raped, killed, and murdered at on campus. And however, that kind of things was happened several times at that campus. And however, Lehigh University didn't report that, didn't make that public. So then the parents insisted that the campus, all the universities should report what kinds of the criminals was happened on campus. That was a Clarity Act. So then, if you see any kind of the situation, please report. And then the campus must report in public. That's a mandatory report. And however, what will happen if you see a crime, something, and you didn't report? You are subjected to the accountability of inaction. If you see something wrong, report. If you do not report, that is not a good idea. That's a violation of that's a commitment of the accountability in action. No action, no, don't do that. Please take action. And there is a SEPA, the Conscientious Employee Protection Act, and the whistleblower protection law. And then if you see the crime and you want to expose to the danger, and you can report that kinds of things anonymously. You don't need to identify your ID. You don't need to say your name. You don't need to identify yourself. However, you can report it with another name. Okay, anonymously, unknown. It's fine. Okay, and we protect them. And the cyberbullying, hazing, hate crime, absolutely, that must be documented and that must be reported. And there is a document of the incident report to the ethics online and the counseling center office, cyber safety, including the DEI and the Title 9 office and the whistleblower office, HR office, and the police we have. Okay. Unfortunately, people management is totally interwoven with that a lot of the rules because that we are subjected to we handle with the people. And we believe that the human must be protected, human must be served, the human must be free to something. Okay, that's a basic human right. We respect it. That's our belief. Okay, when we want to manage the people, we must respect those kind of the fundamental value, fundamental belief. And then because we cannot do that maximum, so then there must be a minimum requirement. Minimum, this is minimum. Okay, the rules, these laws, EEO, Act, something, these are all written things are minimum. Okay, minimum, at least do it. If you don't do it, no, that's not a good idea. Accountability of inaction, there is. Okay, and here, what is the difference of the equality or equity and justice? And many times, okay, so maybe this can be understood in Chinese better. That's right. Equality, equity in Chinese. What is equality and equity in Chinese? And then usually I use this word. Okay? No, yeah. So what is that? No. Give me a second. More. Sure. Oh, okay. Versus 정의. That's my name. 의. What is the difference? And many times, this is happening a lot between the female gender discrimination, feminism, or the some critical theory, something, whatever, okay? I'm sorry, we should not make the intentional or the systematic discrimination. But however, anybody talks a lot about the equity, equality. But however, the equal is good. It depends. This is equality. They got the same amount of money. They got the same amount of something. They got the same amount of the benefit. But however, is it just and right? Richard, what's that? Okay. This is discrimination. Oh yeah, this is discrimination. This is totally not equal. Okay. But however, though, I think this is just, even though that is not. And many times, the males or the privileged groups usually talk about equity is matter. But however, because I got this kind of the benefit, and you must got the same, exact same, equal something because we are the same. Well, is that right? Is that just? We need to think about it. Okay. It depends. It depends. Sometimes people want to choose this. Okay? And sometimes people want to choose this. What is better choice? It depends. And that's the people can make their own decision. People can make their own choice. Okay. But please think of this situation. If we just focus on the equality, somebody will get disadvantage. If we want to make a justice, somebody must be systematically disadvantaged. So, long story short, I'd better to summarize this class with this word. That's all. You have this word. Oh, this come from here. No. Okay, so that's more than 2,500 years ago. The Confucius, he mentioned this. He mentioned this. That's all. Treat others as you would be like to be treated. We call that is a golden. No more, no less. Okay, and Jesus says so, Buddha says so, and the many great minds and the many great scholars, they say the same thing. That's our fundamental belief. Please treat others as you want to be treated. If you want to be treated as a respect or honor something, please treat the others with honor and respect. That's it. Okay. And yeah, how you okay. So that is 기소무력이여 시어인하려니라. Yeah, that's Korean. So yeah, I learned that when I was a child. Yeah, I was in the elementary school. Yeah, 기소무력이여 시어인하려니라. Okay, and how you can start that? Oh, okay, so in Korea, okay, so we learn 기소무력이여 시어인하려니라. Anyway, so this is our golden law. No matter what, this is our fundamental belief as a HR. Okay, good. That is it. And then we better to wrap up now today. And this is that. And we will talk more about the job analysis, talent management process, and we will finalize our learning about it, the human resource management. Okay. And however, a long story short, we deal with, please remember, we deal with human, not machines. It's complex, it's complicated. And we must treat the people with honor and respect.
Right.
I hope that's not, but however, that's not easy. That's not easy. Okay, good. That is it. Any question? So far, okay? Okay. And yeah. Hey, Zoom. Remote. Marathon.
Wait.
Okay. So everything okay?
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay, good.